All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Or evening, or morning, or whatever time it may be for you. Time isn't real. Hope you're all doing well. Deacon Wall Puncher, welcome. Thank you for the new follow. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Richard Skip, good to see you again, dude. Hey, Temporal Fry. First time catching a Dead by Daylight stream, but it's the same old nub, so I'm here. Same old me. Still here, still kicking. This has been my go-to kind of casual stream game for quite a long time. I've been playing DBD since 2016. I've taken long breaks from it, like recently. Haven't played for the last several months, and then wanted to get back into it. And I've been really enjoying it again. But yeah, I've got close to 4,000 hours in this game. Good to have something to relax with casually. I mean, I'm trying to get back into proper full-time streaming as my health improves. And we already put a lot of time and focus into Silent Hill with the cam hack and stuff going on. I also spend a lot of time when I'm not streaming editing and doing other stuff. So I usually don't have a whole lot of extra hours to put towards like a super involved type of game. So I need stuff that I can play and stream that is just easy for me to enjoy, easy for me to do for like an hour or two, you know. And that people still enjoy watching. And Dead by Daylight's been a good middle ground for all of that. What's up, Deus Ex? Hey, Rushmore. Hey, Blubby. Wanted to say thank you for thank you. The video turned out well. Did you finish it? Is it already posted? James Sunderland about to get his butt whooped by Springtrap. What a world we live in. Oh yeah, it's already happened. It's already happened. And it's gonna keep on happening. Been trying to find my go-to game lately, but I kind of feel gaming is in a dead air zone this year. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just me. I never get that. I never get that feeling because I tend to revisit and replay so many older games and things like that. Even if there's not like a current game that I'm super into. So like, I've got a few different things that I tend to get to, and DBD is one that I've pretty consistently been playing, kind of off and on, since it came out. Phasmophobia is another big one. Which is actually getting a really big update tomorrow. So Phasmo might wind up replacing Dead by Daylight for my early streams for a bit. Phasmo is such a treat, and it's on console now. Yes, it is. I actually was playing, typically I play on PC, but funny enough, when my PC was busy, because I was recording 12 hours of Brookhaven Rooftop Rain and didn't want to interrupt that recording, I was using my PS5 to play Phasmo with our friends and my wife. But yeah, love that game. Got a lot of time invested into Phasmo as well. Oh. It's an animatronic. We got a door already. He's over there chasing Dwight. Hey, what's up, Hirimi? Midwich video's nearly an hour long. Have a lot to improve on when it comes to making longer vids, but I'm up for the challenge. Dude, editing and making videos and stuff, it's not easy. I'm still learning. I'm still struggling. Oh, got the save. This Yui's insane. Oh, she made him mad. But yeah, I've been doing it for a while now, and I've still got so much to learn and improve on, so that's the thing. Just gotta keep making stuff. Keep making stuff, keep trying to improve, make things better. Important thing was helping people find things they can enjoy about coming to Midwich, even if it's a bad map. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of things I like about that map. Just not really the best map to play on. It's not, to be fair, it's not like the worst either. I would much rather play on Midwich instead of like Hawkins Lab and a few other places, so just joined. Stream is tagged to Silent Hill 2. Shoot, did it not update? I can fix it after this match. I mean, clearly I'm James Sunderland. Silent Hill 2 is just looking a little bit different. Oh yeah, Hirimi's an editor. Hirimi can fix it. If I knew your format for the title, I could update. I don't care about the title when I'm doing DBD. I just put whatever. And I will still be playing Silent Hill 2 later tonight, if that's any consolation. Like 3.5 hours or so. We'll switch over to Cam Hack, Silent Hill 2 Remake. Overrode the title. Oh, I didn't get to see it. Editor fight. Editor fight. Nub play game is perfect enough. I mean, that's been my, like, going live message for the last, I don't even know how long. Ever since they introduced going live messages as a thing. Years. Nub, I like to parody horror media on my DVD channel. Like, not too long ago, I made a video dedicated to the movie Christie. Nice. It's, you know, it's something that I'm also trying to work on. I get lots of really stupid ideas for song parodies. A lifetime of growing up listening to Weird Al and being a musician as well. Steven, you fucker. I got body blocked by fucking Steve. Fucking Steve. Why is he shushing us? This isn't a library. I don't know. Probably some reference. Feel like I'm missing a key reference. I don't play Five Night jump scare game series. Not my type of game. Not my type of horror. Nub playing Five Nights at Freddy's would be a treat, but only if he finds it just as fun as I do. Spoilers, I probably wouldn't. My cat is screaming at me. How dare I start talking to the people in the box instead of giving you attention? Anyone know if his bugs are fixed yet? The one with the visual bug leaving his doors and the axe one. They fixed a few things. They fixed a few things, but I don't know if all the bugs are fixed up yet. Meow, 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 meow. Hey, be nice. Now my cats are gonna start wrestling each other. Out of desperation. Hey, Tassadul. Bowl of ice cream, nub on second monitor, music on third, and animating lewd shit on the first. Life could be worse. Living the dream. What a life to have. And that's all just your part-time... Your whole part-time, living outside of being a blood mage, drug dealer. Nub, if you could warn your younger self about your health, what's something you would say? Everything in moderation. Smoking is not worth it, so just give that up entirely. Drinking is fine, but don't drink so much. Eating fast food is fine, but don't eat it every day. Cook more. You spent all that time... I spent all that time working in restaurants and kitchens, and it really made me never want to cook when I was just home. But it would have been much healthier if I had been. And then just get up and exercise more. It's a lot easier to make those changes a little bit at a time when things are not so bad. Rather than all at once when everything is falling apart. Oh, I've never seen this skin for the ghoul. Every time you look away, your cats want to bicker. Yeah, that's how mine are. They want constant attention from their preferred humans, which rotates between me and my wife. And as soon as we're not doing exactly what they want, or giving them the attention that they want, we're yowling, which is what he's doing right now. He's just screaming in the hallway. Or they start fighting each other. They start doing things that they know force us to give them attention. actually left me. Didn't know Ripley was in the game? Yeah, they added a whole Aliens chapter. So Ripley's in the game as a survivor, Xenomorph is in the game as a killer, and you've actually got a map with the shipwreck. Fucking, what's the name of the ship? I was gonna say the Nebuchadnezzar. It's not the... It's not that. The Nostromo. That's the one. How does the Xeno play? Pretty interesting killer. A big evil doggy. Pretty much. Pretty much big evil doggy. You have holes and tunnels underneath the entire map that you can traverse between very, very quickly. So, really good mobility. And you can crouch down and hit people with your tail at range, and you can hit over and around a lot of obstacles with the tail attack. Pretty neat killer. And survivors, as counterplay, have to set up radars and flamethrowers to try to detect where you are underground and when you're hopping out to attack people. I think I just stay on the gen. Would argue Xenomorph is Evil Kitten. That's fair. A lot of people consider Demogorgon the puppy, so Xenomorph can be the kitten. That gen's about to pop. And then we got this one right here. Get my flashbang. Still got a pallet there. Ghoul is just camping. Like hard camping too. I'll one for one. Save me, Ripley. Well, I die, but everyone else gets out. Hey, Shadow Noises. Oh, do I have things? Already got my gift. Just unlocking stuff. Just popping by while I can. Just had a tornado here in upstate New York and without power. Natural disaster can't keep me from an upstream though. Stay safe. Be careful, Shadow Noises. If you've got limited power for your phone or laptop or anything that you're watching on, like, save that shit. Save that shit for something more important than me. Definitely take care of yourself. In a place where you can charge at the moment, no worries. Well, I'm glad you're all right. That's crazy. We've had some close calls with tornadoes in our areas, but nothing so close as to knock out power or anything like that. It's an Oni. Oh, sorry. It's an Oni. I was criticized in YouTube comments by somebody who said that I was not pronouncing the Japanese word Oni correctly. That it should be O as in like on, like an on switch. And maybe this is just like a southern thing? Like the way we say the word on, where it rhymes, it's a very drawn out syllable. It rhymes with yawn or like awning. Damn. Not the Ani. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, Shadow Noises. Yeah, Rachel follows a lot of storm chasers and tornado activity and stuff like that. And apparently the general consensus is that storms and tornadoes and stuff are supposed to be exceptionally fucking crazy this year. Ready to move away? Awful snowstorms, then tornadoes. Haven't had a snow or rain-free winter since November. Yeah, hopefully you can find somewhere better. Think that YouTube commenter might have just been confidently stupid? I don't think so. I think it was just a lost in dialogue type of thing. Because, like, I listen back to the video and I hear the way I say Oni. Oni. I've been studying Japanese for a long time, but I'm not a native speaker and I'm open to like being corrected when I'm saying something wrong. But the way they described it to me as being like the O in on, like an on switch, I was like, I've been listening to Japanese through media, through anime, through movies, documentaries, interviews, friends who are native speakers, for decades. And I've never in my life heard somebody pronounce it Ani. And even looking up footage just to make sure I wasn't like being Mandela affected, I pulled up a video of a native Japanese speaker talking about the history of the folklore of the Oni, and they say it just the same way I say it, Oni. And they were criticizing that the way I pronounce Oni, I put too much emphasis on O, like an OH, which is not how you're supposed to say it. And of course it's YouTube, so you never know how truthful people are being. But this person's name, maybe I shouldn't give their name, but they claimed they were a Japanese teacher, and their name reflected being a Japanese teacher on like YouTube, even though their channel didn't have any videos posted. And they claimed that their wife is Japanese and native Japanese speaker. And there's somebody who has commented on my stuff before. So, like, they've never been trolly or anything like that. I don't think it's just a case of someone being a troll. Perhaps regional dialect? I'm wondering if it's regional dialect with the English. Like, maybe the O sound in on for them sounds more like just a short O rather than, like, yeah, rhyming with yawn. But, yeah, I had a, like, second guessing myself moment when they were like, no, you should properly pronounce Oni. The O is like on. And I'm like, I've heard this word in Japanese for like decades, and I've never in my life heard somebody say Oni. And I wanted to make sure, like, am I crazy? Am I doing it wrong? Like, phonetically, Japanese doesn't really have that sound very commonly. Did you ever play Dead Space 1 and 2, Nub? I did. I don't remember if I ever streamed them or not. But I did play Dead Space 1 and 2. I never played the remake. Not a big fan of the remake. I've heard very mixed things on it. I know a lot of people who are much more diehard fans of Dead Space, who know those games the same way that I know stuff like Silent Hill. But as somebody who's not, like, emotionally invested into Dead Space, they were fine games. I enjoyed them. But I'm not the type of fan who's going to give a shit if they change some things. The same way there's a lot of stuff with Silent Hill that I might nitpick about and complain about that casual fans who just don't care that much are going to be like, yeah, it's fine. Don't like how chatty game protagonists are nowadays. That is something I will agree with. I totally agree with that. There's a very constant trend in a lot of games of constantly having people saying their thoughts out loud. Like, we have to say this out loud so that the player understands. Like, I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. I'm glad they avoided that somewhat with Silent Hill 2 Remake. It was something I was worried about, and I even mentioned in one of my thoughts on Silent Hill 2 videos on YouTube, going over all the footage and trailers and stuff at the time. Got another Freddy. Freddy Fazbear, or animatronic. There he is. Showed up instantly. let's just try to... Damn. Show don't tell is the key? I mean... There is something sort of within game development going on where games cost so much money and effort and resources to make now compared to how they used to. And to try and compensate for that, games are being sort of tailor-made to try to appeal to a wide audience, much more beyond their own sort of niche. So, like, for a lot of people, if you're a horror fan, if you play horror games and puzzle games, you're gonna know how to figure shit out in a Silent Hill or a Resident Evil or a Dead Space or whatever, without having your protagonist just kind of say shit out loud. But you're trying to appeal to every possible gamer to try to make every possible sell, you know, that you can. And Rachel and I were actually just watching footage from a game developer conference where they were using DSP, Darkside Phil, as an example of how they need to design things for people to more easily understand what they're doing and how to play the game. And it's like, of all the people to use as an example, fucking DSP should not be your standard for making games. But that's kind of the mentality, right? That's the idea. We've got to make it so that even people like that can understand how to play the game, what's going on. Gaming is doomed. I don't think gaming itself is doomed, but like the way games are designed is definitely very different these days to try to cater to just a larger audience of people not necessarily good at games or not good at figuring things out. That's a big reason why we have so much yellow paint to show the way and UIs with arrows just pointing you exactly where to go. Quest markers on the screen to tell you exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Like, I don't know. I like playing games and getting stuck. I like having moments where I don't know what to do and I don't know exactly where to go. I like the satisfaction of figuring those things out. And you just don't get that satisfaction when the game gives you about 10 seconds to figure it out. And then just has your protagonist be like, I wonder if I could do this. I wonder if I should be doing this. This must be the ticket machine. And I'm all for you guys know me. I've said this time and time again. I'm all for games having options. Games need options. Give me more options. Give me more things that I can toggle on and off. And difficulty options. Like, if you want to have difficulty options where things are easier and made more obvious, like, I'm all for that. Like, accessibility, 100%. But it shouldn't be the default standard that games are designed around. Worst for me is the protagonist having inner monologue that tells you what to do. I mean, that was what kind of started the conversation, Zitzen. That was like the first part of this conversation. In case you just arrived, got here late. But yeah, that's the big one. There's a lot of stuff it can be sort of whatever. I notice it, but it doesn't bother me. But yeah, the inner monologue, the constant protagonist saying out loud their thoughts so that the player, literally just telling the player, they try to frame it as like inner monologue talking to themselves, but they're clearly just saying things out loud for the benefit of the player to know what's going on. And if you need your characters to just say out loud what they think, what they feel, so that people can better understand the story or what's going on, or blatantly talk about what they see or what they think as a way to tell the player how to solve something, that's just lazy. It's such a dumb way to handle things. It's such a lazy way to handle things when you can express so much more through even just some camera angles, some level design. Like, there's ways to highlight things of significance without literally highlighting them, painting them yellow, or putting a big spotlight on them. There's ways to design levels to guide players into certain places or areas, or look for certain things, or convey how somebody feels or what's happening in the story without just words. But why do that when you can just... Where's the ticket machine? You can just have them say the thing out loud. Here's the goal. God damn that move. Well, I'm fucked already. He just came straight for us. That attack got me from around the jungle gym wall, too. Thank you, Nia. Nub, do you know Cruelty Squad? I'm not familiar with Cruelty Squad. I think a lot of games look better when they were deliberately designed and not fast-tracked with software solutions. I don't know, it's hard to tell. It starts getting to a point where I'm vaguely familiar enough with game development to have opinions on and thoughts on certain aspects, but I am not a game developer. I've never worked on a game, so I don't have first-hand experience. I've watched a lot of documentaries. You know, I've talked to people who are game devs about things. I've been to conventions and conferences and stuff like that. Jesus, dude. How do you avoid that? It's so fucking far. I think CS is right up your alley. Just don't get spoiled. I mean, what even is it? What are we talking about? Manga, game, anime, movie, TV show, comic book, series of vinyl figurines? You've given me zero information. It's a game. Okay. Counter-Strike. I'm familiar with Counter-Strike. Avoid it by getting good? Thank you, Tassadul. I'll try. I'll try. Cruelty Squad's amazing if you like the immersive sim games and don't mind the ugly. That still doesn't give me much to go on. It's but ugly? Graphics don't mean much to me in terms of games. Like, if a game has a good story, it can be a text-based adventure game. I grew up in an era of text-based adventure games and point-and-clicks on fucking early Windows. Graphics don't mean a whole lot to me. If a game has fun gameplay or captivating story, some element that appeals to me and is enjoyable, that's all I care about. No fucking way! Managed to miss the flashlight and the flashbang behind him. I'm sorry, Ziggy. My cat is yelling at me for missing that save. I thought he was chasing her. Is that James Sunderland? It is. It certainly is. It's ugly as in the HUD is fleshy stuff wrapped around your screen. It's made to look ugly. Again, yeah, no problem with that. So what? What was that one game? Scorn? Not Scorn. Yeah, Scorn. Had a bunch of weird, gross stuff as part of its environment. Very Giger-esque. I don't know. I'll just have to look it up. Look at Oddworld. It has great visuals and atmosphere. I was tempted to replay Oddworld recently. I've got like a few days remaining on my PlayStation Plus. And there's only... I can't afford to keep the subscription. So I'm trying out a bunch of games and just replaying a bunch of stuff while I can. So I've been playing Oddworld's a classic. Oh, I mean, I used to play Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus. I played the shit out of them when I was younger. Finished both of those games and then never played anything else in the series after that. But I've been going back and replaying a bunch of stuff that's on PlayStation Plus. So like Medieval. What was I playing the other day? I was playing Ape Escape. I'm preparing for Metal Gear Solid Delta. So I've been playing the original Ape Escape. I've been playing... just a bunch of random stuff. I was playing Star Wars Episode 1. The PS1 game. Did I hear a... do I hear a totem? Stop fighting. My cats are fighting. I'm going crazy. I feel like I'm hearing burning totems over here. I'm about to get killed by this fucking Freddy Fazbear motherfucker. How am I supposed to concentrate on streams? Playing emulators connected to retro achievements, having a blast. See, I mean, I've got a lot of emulators and stuff set up that way. But I don't have it set up where I can just lay down comfortably and play on like our big TV out in the living room and stuff like that. Hey, Darentor. Darentor, thank you so much for that brand new Prime sub. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate the support. But yeah. I don't always want to just be sitting at my computer and playing emulators. Sometimes I just want to sit and play something on my PS5 hooked up to the TV in the living room, laid out on the couch. Old games feel better on the couch like in the old days. True. I've got a lot of games that I play, depending on time and how I feel and everything like that. Like, when I'm streaming, I have my main focus, which right now is Silent Hill 2 Remake. And now that my health is improving to a point where I can stream more, I have my side game to stream outside of my main focus, which for now is Dead by Daylight. But then I've also got games to just play casually on my own time when I don't have to worry about streaming. And when I started dealing with all the medical stuff back in March, I needed stuff to just relax and literally keep my heart rate down, keep my blood pressure down. And I needed stuff that was easy to play when my brain was not all there, adjusting to new medications and not sleeping and eating well. So I started replaying Final Fantasy, which is another series that I used to absolutely love, and I've played pretty much everything from the original Final Fantasy up till Final Fantasy 15. I did not play... 14 was the last numerical entry that I played. So, I've been going through and playing some stuff. I was really enjoying Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. So the first thing that I did was finish Rebirth. And then after Rebirth, I was like, I need to go back and play some classics. Some of my favorites. So I went and played Final Fantasy X. Finished Final Fantasy X, because I hadn't gone back and replayed that in at least, I don't know, 14 years. Nub would enjoy Dark Souls. I've played literally every Dark Souls. You can watch my... On my archive channel is my first playthrough of Demon Souls and my first playthrough of Bloodborne. But I've played every single Dark Souls game and Elden Ring. I have not finished Elden Ring. Whoops. I still need to actually finish Elden Ring. But yeah, I've played pretty much all the Dark Souls stuff. Sekiro, I've also played Sekiro. But yeah. But I've been really enjoying match progress and add-ons. I don't know. But I've been really enjoying Final Fantasy, going back and revisiting Final Fantasy. I enjoyed Remake and Rebirth. I had a good time replaying Final Fantasy X. And then after replaying Final Fantasy X and finishing that, I went back and replayed Final Fantasy IX. I actually started to play 10-2 because I was playing the HD version of Final Fantasy X that also includes 10-2. So I started playing 10-2, and I was like, I like 10-2. There's a lot of stuff in 10-2 that's really, really fun. Mainly the battle system, the dress sphere system, is really fun. But I was just not feeling the vibe of that game at the time. So I switched it up to Final Fantasy IX. And I just finished replaying Final Fantasy IX last week, a few days ago. And now I'm at a point where I don't know what I want to play next. I've got Final Fantasy 15, and I'm debating with myself if I want to try and get through 15 and 16 so that I'd be caught up on all the numerical entries, or if I want to just keep replaying old favorites. And if I am going to keep replaying old favorites, what do I play after already having done 9 and 10? Oh my god, kitty. Ziggy. Lay down, bud. But yeah. Elden Ring can be very fun. Most of the bosses feel like they should have been in a Devil May Cry game instead. I really was enjoying Elden Ring, but it's just too much. It's a bit too big, where I don't know. I'll start playing it and I'll get so sidetracked trying to do other stuff. And it's just, there's just so much. Like, the gameplay and the bosses and everything about it is fun. It's all stuff that I enjoy. But I have so many options, and there's so many things to do, and so many ways and places to go, that I sort of get the paralyzed by too many options kind of issue. Even for the more open Dark Souls games, like, you still are able to kind of condense down what stuff you're actually going to do. Elden Ring is just so big and open, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it gets to be a bit overwhelming. Damn, I even tried to juke it. Oh, what's happening? Huh. He doesn't seem to be able to pick me up either. I'm stuck. Like, I can't move. Classic behavior. Oh, they can't. Worst case, you got a DC? Doesn't that give me a penalty? I know they changed the penalty system. I mean, I'll just bleed out in like 3 more minutes anyway. It might, depending on how often you DC. I never DC. I never DC. We'll just let James fall for eternity. That's kind of his thing anyway. Just pretend he jumped into a bottomless pit. It's canon. But yeah. Big Final Fantasy fan. I'm a big FromSoft fan. Even outside of the Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, etc., the stuff that most people know FromSoft for, the games that first got me into FromSoft, I'm a big fan of Kingsfield, and I'm a big fan of Tenchu. A lot of people don't realize that FromSoft used to make several of the Tenchu ninja stealth action games. And Tenchu 2 and Tenchu 3, Wrath of Heaven, are some of my absolute favorite games. I've got a full playthrough of Tenchu Wrath of Heaven on my archive channel as well. Yeah, Tenchu Z on 360, which was basically a re-release of Wrath of Heaven. Oh, he actually got me. We're back in the game. Oh, he's being nice. Why is Lara Croft in this game? Nicolas Cage is in this game. As himself. That's just gonna be my response whenever people are like, why is this thing? Because everything is in Dead by Daylight. All of the things. What is this? Aliens map? Is Xenomorph a killer? Yes. Xenomorph is a killer. And this is the Nostromo crash site. Nick Cage was in a not Five Nights movie? Yeah, Willy's Wonderland. Which is kind of a not good movie. Except for the parts where Nick Cage is just freaking out and killing animatronics. Everything that happens in between is sort of dull. But then you get Nick Cage freaking out killing animatronics, and it's great. There's a Saw DLC for Dead by Daylight? There is. Amanda is the killer. You've got the Gideon meatpacking plant as the map. And Detective Tapp as a survivor. I'm telling you guys, everything's in DBD. I'll do like a character rundown after this match. He did not hesitate even one bit when I faked the pallet. Well, it's just you and me now. Laura Croft and James Sunderland. Killer wasn't a dick and let you heal up and play after. I mean, I was just ready to bleed out and move on to the next match, so at least I got to play a little bit, even if we lose. When Silent Hill? I mean, look, I'm James Sunderland. You're looking at it. There's Lara Croft. And Robbie. Clearly we're in Silent Hill. Don't like the eyeballs manifesting first from the door? Yeah, that's kind of an interesting visual. Let's go play on the Freddy Fazbear map, because I still have yet to play on this map, and I don't know if they have it in the rotation for normal matches and I'm just not getting it, or if you can only play it through this game mode at the moment. But I need to start trying to learn this map. Wow. Look at all these discontinued offerings. That's a cool costume. She's like Morrigan from Darkstalkers. What is that supposed to be? Oh yeah, I was gonna do a quick character rundown. Since we've got people here who are less familiar with Dead by Daylight. So when this game first launched in 2016, when I first started playing it, there was only 3 killers that were all original, and 4 survivors that were all original. But then as time went on, they started adding more characters and doing crossovers, and it's just been going for the last 9.5 years. So we've got Bill from Left 4 Dead. We've got Laurie Strode from Halloween. We've got Quentin Smith from the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. We've got Detective Tapp from Saw. We've got Ash from Evil Dead. We've got Nancy and Steve from Stranger Things. We've got Cheryl, aka Heather, from Silent Hill 3, which is also There's a bunch of skins to make her into different characters. So you've got Sybil Bennett, James Sunderland, Lisa Garland, Maria, Alessa Gillespie, and then you've got Princess Heart, and then just some other costumes and stuff for Heather. You've got Jill and Leon from Resident Evil, and they've also got skins to make them into other characters. I don't even have all of them, but I've got Claire. You can get Sheva Alomar from 5. Leon. I don't have any of Leon's alternates, but you can make Leon into Chris and Carlos and a few other characters. We've got Yoichi, which is the grown-up version of Yoichi from The Ring, or Ringu, from the Japanese original J-horror film, Ringu. And Sadako is a killer as well. Ada Wong, also, they did a second Resident Evil chapter. So you've got Ada Wong, who also has skins. You've got Rebecca Chambers, who also has skins
Treat your wounds?
and voice acting. You have Nicolas Cage as himself. I've got him in his Wild at Heart jacket. Ripley from Aliens. Alan Wake from Alan Wake. Aestri, which Aestri and Bearmar are both original characters, but they are based on Dungeons and Dragons. And you have Vecna as a killer. And then this is when I stopped playing, was Dungeons and Dragons. And since I stopped playing, they've introduced some more original characters, Laura Croft, and a Castlevania chapter. So there's Trevor Belmont, and you can get alternate costumes.
Do not fear the night.
You can get alternate costumes to turn Trevor into, I think, Richter and Alucard and some other characters. And then on the killer's side, this was the very first crossover, which was the Halloween crossover, October 2016. So they had Laurie Strode on the Survivor side, and Haddonfield as the map, and Michael Myers as the killer, or the shape. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Freddy from the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Amanda as the pig, your Saw killer. Ghostface from Scream. Demogorgon from Stranger Things. Pyramid Head. Nemesis. So we've got Doug Bradley, classic Cenobite from Hellraiser, Pinhead, but then you also have some other Cenobites like the Chatterer as skins. You've got Sadako from The Ring, from Ringu. Here she comes. We've got Albert Wesker. Xenomorph. Wait for it. Wait for it. There she is. So we got the Xenomorph. We got Chucky from Child's Play. And you've got Brad Dourif doing the voice. And yeah, you can also get a skin to change into Tiffany as well. From Bride of Chucky. Vecna from Dungeons and Dragons.
I will play my role.
Voiced by Matt Mercer. Animatronic. Five Nights at Freddy's. Ghoul from Tokyo Ghoul. And Vlad Tepes Dracula. Also voiced by Matt Mercer. But Vlad Tepes Dracula from Castlevania. So, this game's crazy. It's got so many fucking characters now. For a game that 9 years ago, I never would have imagined this game would have lasted 9 years, let alone got to a point of such success that it could have all these crazy licenses and crossovers and stuff. Again, this game used to have like 20 perks, three killers and 4 survivors, and that was it. There's like 9 maps, and that was it. That was the whole game. And now there's more stuff than I even know is in the game. I've got all these characters and chapters that I haven't bought because I don't really spend money on this game anymore. I just play it for fun.
We are all victims of some gruesome fate.
Yeah. I'm gonna be Princess Heart. Exorcist 3 is a hidden gem. Love me some Exorcist 3. I actually did a video on Exorcist 3 on my YouTube channel, if you haven't already seen it, about the connections between Exorcist 3 and Silent Hill. Because Exorcist 3 was quite influential when it comes to the Silent Hill games, the original Silent Hill game. Mainly 1 and 3, but yeah. Do people know why he's called Dracula? It means son of dragon, and his father was called Dracul, which means dragon. And then his son is Alucard, which is Dracula backwards. So, figure that one out. Also, there's Alucard right there. And he's gone. The ritual sound effect comes from Exorcist 3. Discovered that by accident when I saw it. As in the Silent Hill 2 prison cell ritual sound effect. I feel like I compared those, and they're similar but not exact. Maybe I'm misremembering. Because the ritual sound effect itself is a stock sound. Just like the whisper in Woodside Apartments. But I can't remember if the exact same stock sound is used in Exorcist 3, or if it's just a similar sounding line delivery. Dude, this map looks cool. I haven't actually gotten to play on the new map yet. Oh boy, I'm collecting drops? Do you get drops by watching me play DBD? I didn't... I thought only, like, certain streamers or something got access to that. Oh, a jump scare. There's jump scares in the map. Not David. Camping artist? Hook camping artist? But why? You even got the cool swamp Wendigo skin. And then just sitting there behind a rock, staring at the dude on the hook. It's wild to me that people will still play this game like that after all this time. It's a slice of pizza in the toilet. What a waste. This game ain't that serious, and that's not an effective strategy, and it's just boring. Like, you're literally opting to just stand there instead of, like, running around and playing the game. We gotta run. The way this killer's playing, she's 100% just gonna run back to the hook. Hey, absolutely solid. Do I usually main Heather? I've got a few different mains. But I do play Cheryl, Heather, Silent Hill characters very often. Usually, if I'm not playing Silent Hill characters, I'm playing Jeff. And then on killer side, my main killer is Hillbilly. And close secondary main would be Pyramid Head. Know it? No, David was already being chased and injured. We would have had the pop-up on the right side. Do you think they have it, though? It would have shown us when they hit David. Literally just standing there face camping David too. Like, if I can find a chest with a med kit. And there's a map. Okay, I'm just gonna leave. Boring killer. Wants to face camp for the one kill. Sorry, David. Sorry, David. Okay. That's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and then I will be back at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, like I am most nights, to continue on with Silent Hill 2 Remake Cam Hack. But thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, chilling, spending some time with me. I appreciate it as always. And thank you, Darrenter, for the Prime sub earlier. Them Bezos bucks. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, thanks everybody. Like I said, I'll be back in like an hour and a half for some Silent Hill 2. So, till then, be good to each other, be good to yourselves, and I'll see you later on tonight. Much love. Peace.